Hey there, thanks for tuning in. Welcome back to the Torgo Entertainment YouTube channel. Torgo here. Welcome back to another gig log, the first gig log of 2024, and it's time for a junior prom.
I found the key.
They discovered the mystery and the magic.
I don't have many things I can say about school dances that I haven't said in the past, but this gig log's preamble will have something about the year as a whole, in that you are only getting, as of this recording, 5 gig logs from me for this year, simply because I am not getting booked. The inquiries still come in, sure, but no one has any money. Schools are reining in their budgets. A lot of weddings are just going for the cheapest options possible, at least around here, and this year is definitely hurting for me and for Torgo Entertainment. Let me know in the comments section if you are experiencing similar trends. I've noticed in the past that, and for whatever reason, election years don't fare well for mobile DJs. I don't know the logistics behind that. It just kinda happens that way. At least upstate New York has it happen that way. And a lot of vendors around here are definitely clawing their way toward the bottom, still trying to recover from missing a lot of business from 2020 and a good chunk of 2021. So there are a lot of cheaper options out there than what we provide here, so I think that's part of it. However, the nice thing with school events is that you get repeat customers, and Horseheads High School has come back. So today we do the Horseheads High School junior prom, not the senior prom. I couldn't schedule that in. That was actually one of the dates I was booked this year. May's booked solid, but the junior prom. And it helps that the advisors for this prom are former trivia players of mine. So again, even those tinier gigs that you may have may lead to other events in the future. We head to a venue that you haven't seen before, and I haven't been there in quite some time. It's in Horseheads. It's the Elks Lodge. Let's go to the map and show you exactly where that is. It's about 15 minutes away. Nothing too crazy about that. Now, it's new to the channel. You haven't seen this venue before. I've played there once, so no casing the joint for this video, but again, it's a school dance, not much really needed for that. The event lasts from 7 o'clock to 10 o'clock. The coronation takes place at 9, and the songs that they requested were about 8 or 9 deep. Nothing too crazy about any of them, apart from one song which I told them I wasn't going to get. Some deep cut from Mac Miller that I couldn't find an edited version for, so I'm just not going to play it, and they said that's fine. One thing that stinks about school dances is a lot of the resources I've used don't exist anymore. I have sung the praises of talkboard.com. Unfortunately, it hasn't updated in about a year, so that resource has pretty much gone away. Fortunately, since then, Billboard has started a TikTok top 50 chart every week, so you can see what songs are trending on TikTok. Well, for now, you know, there's always the impending shutdown from the government, especially this past week. And it's a little annoying because a good chunk of the songs are flat out unusable. Your dronier, more ambient music, which I like, does not bode well for these kinds of events. So you really have to know what songs work and what songs sound like, rather than just printing a list and hoping for the best. One thing amusing to me is that the theme of prom this time around is Secret Garden. My first thought went to the Bruce Springsteen song. But that's not what makes it funny. What makes it funny is it's snowing out today. It's March 23rd. And pivoting out the window shows you exactly what kind of weather we're dealing with. So that'll be interesting. Phil's joining me on this one as my assistant, but again, with school dances, not much to say. 3 hours should be a good time. I hope you're ready for this one. I know that my school dance videos get more views than a lot of my weddings just because other DJs out there like to see what other DJs are playing. So hopefully this will be useful for you. Let's go.
If you've been to one Elks Lodge, you've pretty much been to all of them. However, this one has some interesting things on the inside. We are set up where this purple star is, and the load-in actually isn't too bad. We had a lot of pipe and drape we had to maneuver through, but in terms of actual distance from outside to inside, it wasn't bad at all. Let's take a look at the gear. Oh, it's so good to be back with all this equipment. Obviously, we're still setting things up. You can see that the speakers are a little off-center. And you can see that we have a bunch of interesting things going on. We have the Bose F1H12 tops and bottoms. That's the main set that we have going on. And I was worried about it being overkill in this room because of the floors, but it ended up being just fine. And along the back, we have some old friends. We have the ADJ Airstream DMX bridge for the excessive uplighting we have going on. Not excessive, just extra. We have the Allendale Defenders, we have the Furman Power Conditioners, and we have these things. Remember the UB12 hex bars? I haven't used those in a hot minute because we have downlighting here as well. So around the entire hall, you'll see we have some ADJ Megabar RGBAs running around, and they have that for their in-house downlighting. And the students chose that purple UV color, so we just kind of had to make do with that. We couldn't change it. We have the Ape Labs Connect router for all of our other lights that we have. We have our good old anti-fatigue mat. I actually have two just because I use those to protect the inside of the car. And we have the Danny Max setup with the Roland DJ 808 controller, the Infinity container with the Shure ULX D4 microphones. These plastic containers on top of the microphones hold extra batteries and business cards. I need to get some business cards, actually. We have the Radial 2-in-1 mixer. We have the SanDisk 2 terabyte solid state hard drive. I know there have been some reports about those failing, but I've been doing just fine with it. Nothing yet. The Shure 58A actual microphone. We have the iPad running the ADJ app. We have the Logitech trackball mouse. And over here we have this... I don't know why I was zoomed by the computer, but there we have my Samsung tablet running Ape Labs. We have my song request form. You know the Samsung computer, you've seen that a ton. That is to determine how loud our sound is all throughout the Audio-Technica ATH M50X headphones. You know, you've seen those a ton of times. Let's go back to the Samsung laptop, the Odyssey Z laptop. You've seen that a ton also with Virtual DJ. And around the room, you can see the uplighting. Here we have the Ape Labs Stick XL 2.0 lights on some gravity stands, the magnetic ones. 8 lights throughout, 2 on each of the 4 poles. We have 24 uplights total. We have 12 of the Ape Labs uplighting. You can see some more of the downloading right there. That's in-house again. We have 12 of the Ape Labs uplighting and 12 of the uplighting from ADJ, because wouldn't you know it, they had 24 small tables, and we figured that that was the best use of all the lights that we had. And obviously they will change colors with the music and do what we need to do. We're still setting them all up. You can see some of the colors aren't quite where they need to be, but that's just, that's just a little bit of coating on the actual devices themselves. We have time for just one more thing before we level up. I want to show you, because you're probably noticing how crisp this footage is, and that's coming from this bad boy, the Osmo Pocket Camera. This was a new purchase, the Pocket 3 to be specific, a new purchase of mine over the holiday break, just to get some more angles, and that's what it looks like, and that's what you're going to see a lot of footage from. And here is the other new camcorder chilling in the back. We have time for one more thing now. It is time to level up. Let's go.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Junior Prom 2024. Y'all having a good time so far? Tell me what you want.
Only when it sees if it's breeze. Red ruby the sleeves, Chinese on my sleeve. These wanna be Chinese. Gotta wipe it on my roster. He be feeding me pasta and lobster. Fixing me up on Tuesday. I ain't doing that. Let me take you shopping. Because they know what's up.
Oppan Gangnam Style. Oppan Gangnam Style.
Here's your 2024 Junior Prom. Make some noise for Jack Message and Chloe Harris. Santi Morena and Olivia Gavin. For Colton Owen and Kendra Wyatt. Miles Woodhouse and Leah Scott. Connor Carpenter and Elise Leventovich.
Is the number that's on the back the number of votes that they got?
Correct.
Okay, so they got 51 votes.
Your prom king and queen, Connor and Elise. And one more round of applause for your king and queen for Junior Prom 2024. The song is called Young and Beautiful. Two things that I am not. But I am more closely tied to this one.
good night. Thank you.
And I'm back the morning after. I'm filming this on the Osmo camera that I have because, of course, it's Sunday. Gotta do the rigmarole of uploading everything to the computer for editing purposes. So I'm doing the large camera first, and overall I would say prom went fairly well. I am used to proms where the first 30 to 45 minutes or so, the dance floor is usually pretty empty. Kids are just arriving, you know, talking to each other, socializing. What are you wearing? Who did you come with? All that stuff. But this time around, they started dancing like 15 to 20 minutes in. They were ready to have a good time. I was very surprised by just how many students were actually at this event. I don't know if they had enough seating for everybody, and I don't know if you can tell particularly easily from the cameras that we had set up, but there were a lot of kids standing the entire time, but they didn't even have an opportunity to sit. The song requests came fast and furious. There are a lot of white nationalists at Horseheads apparently, because they were requesting Kanye left and right, especially that song Carnival. I know it's the #1 song in the country right now, but it's a school event, and in those in particular, I'm not playing anything by Kanye West, let alone Kanye West and Ty Dolla $ign, their dual project whose name I can't pronounce because it's the two monetary symbols attached to each other. Sorry. Two things I definitely noticed though, I don't know if I'd call them mistakes necessarily. The first one was that, oh man, the kids hate Lil Nas X now. So someone had requested Lil Nas X, just anything. So I was like, okay, well I was gonna play Humble by Kendrick Lamar, and I know the new song J. Christ by Lil Nas X. The beats are very similar, so I'm thinking, well, those are gonna mix together really well. And people are vibing with Humble, and then I immediately pivot over to J. Christ, and the tide had turned immediately. I had to pivot out of that pretty quickly to something different. The other thing that happened, and I actually spent a little bit of time figuring out what exactly happened, this girl came up at the very beginning of the evening and requested Standing Next to Me by Jungkook. Specifically the remix with Usher. I don't have the remix with Usher, but I do have the original version. She said that's fine. And it's one of those songs that I just kind of kept putting off. You know when you get requests, and you keep getting other requests, and you know that certain songs fit more with what you're doing in the moment. So I kept putting it off. Like 9:30 rolls around, and I'm like, okay, I'm finally gonna play this song. And I pop it on, and it's wrong.
It's filled up by everybody's requests.
I don't know what's going on with this file. It's like hard rock. I can't tell what's going on. So I have to go to something else, and I bring the girl back over, and I'm like, look, I'm sorry, your song didn't work. I ended up playing 3D by Jungkook. She wanted that one also. She said that was fine, and she was happy, so that worked out. I just tested that hard drive on this computer, and it turns out Standing Next to You was just another song entirely. I don't know what was going on. Something was mislabeled there. But I never transferred the correct version of the song over to that hard drive. It's one of those things where the file names are the same, and you know, when you transfer everything over, if the file names are the same, it won't unless you manually do it, so I just never did that, and I felt like a fool. But other than that, things went really smoothly. The venue was super impressed. The kids were having a good time for the most part, and even those songs that I wouldn't play, I explained to them why I wouldn't play some of those songs, and they were actually pretty cool with it. The advisors were cool with how I did things. Everyone was having fun. I do worry that I'm kind of getting to the point where I may be getting too old for proms. I'm 36 now, and I fear that there may come a point in time where I just do not know the music anymore, because a lot of the songs that the kids were requesting that I didn't have, I had never even heard of the artist, and I would look it up in my free time, and yeah, I've never heard of these songs. I've never heard of these people. They're not hits. I don't know what's going on. I know that there's no pop culture hive mind anymore, and musical interests have definitely become fractured, especially in the wake of COVID. So I don't know what's going to happen, and I really worry that that may be something that prevents me from doing well at school events in the future. But for right now, I'm still holding out okay, and I feel confident for the next prom that I have, May 18th of this year. But until then, still Torgo at Torgo Entertainment. Thank you so much for tuning in. The next gig log is going to be for a wedding, actually, and that is May 11th. So you get almost 2 months off from gig logs. I know, that's just the kind of year that I have. But I'll see you then. Take care.